Greetings, beautiful souls. I am Tendai, your host for today. Today, we embark on a journey exploring a topic close to my heart, the necessity to help the less fortunate. Despite the strides we've made in technology and societal development, poverty remains a persistent global issue. It's an issue that calls for immediate action, a call that we must heed. So why is it necessary to help those in need? Stick around as we dive deep into this topic. First, let's grasp the gravity of the situation. The reality of poverty is a daunting and complex issue that envelopes our world. It's not just about not having enough money. It's about not having enough food to eat, not having access to clean water, and not having the means to go to school or visit a doctor. It's about living one day at a time, unsure of what tomorrow might bring. Let's try to understand this through some staggering facts. The World Bank estimates that nearly 10% of the world's population, that's around 770 million people, live in extreme poverty. These individuals survive on less than $1.90 a day. In sub-Saharan Africa, over 40% of the population is living in this harsh reality. Poverty is not just a far-off concept. It's a daily struggle for hundreds of millions of people. Child poverty is another heart-wrenching aspect. UNICEF reports that around 385 million children worldwide are living in extreme poverty. That's almost the entire population of the United States. These children lack basic necessities like food, shelter, and education, which are crucial for their development and future. Poverty also exacerbates health crises. The World Health Organization states that poverty is one of the biggest barriers to healthcare access. Millions of people are pushed further into poverty due to health expenses, creating a vicious cycle that is hard to break. Now, consider the impact of recent global challenges like climate change and the COVID-19 pandemic. These have only deepened the trenches of poverty, making the situation even more dire for those at the bottom of the economic ladder. With such staggering statistics, the question is not whether we can afford to help, but whether we can afford not to. The reality of poverty is a global issue that affects us all, directly or indirectly. It's a challenge that calls for our collective action and empathy. Now, let's delve into our moral responsibility. This isn't just about what's right or wrong on a superficial level. It's about the deep-seated ethical principles that guide our actions and shape our worldview. Imagine for a moment a world where we all share a collective sense of responsibility towards each other. A world where the concept of a global community isn't just a utopian dream, but a reality we strive to achieve every day. This is the essence of our moral obligation, recognizing our shared humanity and acting upon it. Empathy is at the core of this obligation. It's the ability to understand and share the feelings of others, to place ourselves in their shoes and see the world through their eyes. When we empathize with the poor, we acknowledge their suffering as our own, and this acknowledgement sparks a desire to alleviate that suffering. Compassion, too, plays a crucial role. It's not just about feeling pity or sympathy for those less fortunate. It's about being moved to action to help in whatever way we can. Compassion compels us to go beyond mere acknowledgement of suffering, pushing us to actively work towards its alleviation. But why is this important? Well, the concept of a global community is more than just an ideal to aspire to. It's a recognition of our interconnectedness, of the fact that what affects one of us affects all of us. When we lift others out of poverty, we're not just doing a good deed. We're fostering a more equitable, more compassionate world where every individual has the opportunity to thrive. In the end, we are all part of the same human family, and it's our responsibility to look out for each other. Remember, our moral obligation isn't a burden to be borne grudgingly. It's an opportunity to manifest our shared humanity, to create a world where empathy and compassion are not just words, but the guiding principles of our collective existence. But what do we stand to gain from helping the poor, you might wonder? Well, the benefits are manifold and they stretch far beyond the immediate satisfaction of doing a good deed. Let's start with the economic benefits. Helping the impoverished can stimulate economic growth. When we support those in need, we are essentially investing in human capital. By providing them with the necessary resources, we enable them to contribute to the economy, whether it's through gainful employment, starting their own businesses, or simply by becoming consumers themselves. This, in turn, boosts the economy and creates a healthier and more prosperous society for everyone. Next, consider the aspect of crime reduction. Many studies have shown a strong correlation between poverty and crime. By alleviating poverty, we can tackle one of the root causes of crime, making our communities safer and more peaceful. And let's not forget about societal stability. A society where the gap between the rich and poor is too wide is a society on the brink of unrest. By helping the poor, we're helping to bridge this gap and foster a more stable and harmonious society. But the benefits of helping the poor aren't just societal, they're also personal. Helping others has been scientifically proven to make us happier. It releases endorphins, those feel-good chemicals in our brains, and boosts our self-esteem. It gives us a sense of purpose and fulfillment and strengthens our connections with others. Perhaps the most beautiful thing about helping the poor is that it's a virtuous cycle. The more we give, the more we get back in return. Not necessarily in material terms, but in terms of happiness, fulfillment, and a sense of belonging. Let's also remember that in helping others, we're also helping ourselves. We're fostering a society that we want to live in, one that values empathy, compassion, and mutual aid. Helping those in need isn't just a moral duty, it's a win-win situation. So let's all do our part in creating a world where nobody is left behind. Now that we understand why it's important, how can you make a difference? Firstly, you can volunteer your time. There are countless organizations worldwide that strive to alleviate poverty. These organizations often rely on the help of volunteers to fulfill their missions. Whether it's serving meals at a soup kitchen, teaching skills to those in need, or helping to build homes for the homeless, your time can have a significant impact. Secondly, you can donate. Monetary donations are always needed and appreciated, but don't underestimate the power of donating goods. Items like clothes, food, books, and even furniture can greatly improve someone's quality of life. And if you're not in a position to donate money or goods, you can donate your skills. If you're a teacher, lawyer, doctor, or have any other professional expertise, your knowledge can be invaluable to those in need. Next, be an advocate. Use your voice to spread awareness about poverty and its causes. Share articles on social media, participate in peaceful protests, or write to your local government representatives. Advocacy can be a powerful tool in bringing about systemic change. Lastly, educate others. Knowledge is power, and sharing what you know about poverty can help others understand the gravity of the situation. Host a workshop in your community. Share resources with friends and family, or even start a blog to raise awareness. Remember, the more people know about poverty, the more they can do to help combat it. But perhaps the most important thing to remember is this: helping isn't about grand gestures or large sums of money. It's about compassion, understanding, and small acts of kindness. So don't be disheartened if you feel like you can't do much. Even the smallest act can make a world of difference to someone in need. Remember, every little bit counts. Even the smallest act of kindness can make a big difference. In conclusion, helping the poor isn't just a nice thing to do. It's necessary. We've journeyed through the harsh reality of poverty, the moral obligation we have to address it, the benefits of lending a hand, and the various ways you can contribute. Firstly, poverty isn't a distant concept, it's a daily struggle for many. It's not just about lack of money, but also about the lack of resources, opportunities, and hope. It's a cycle that's difficult to break, but not impossible. Secondly, we discussed our moral obligation to help. The world doesn't exist in isolation. We are all interconnected. And when a part of our society suffers, we all feel the ripple effects. It's about empathy, compassion, and realizing that every single person deserves a chance at a better life. Next, we touched on the benefits of helping. Giving not only uplifts those in need, but also enriches us. It fosters a sense of community, promotes happiness, and reminds us of our shared humanity. Lastly, we explored how you can contribute. From volunteering your time to donating resources, every little effort counts. Remember, change doesn't necessarily require grand gestures. Even small acts of kindness can make a significant impact. Thank you for joining me today. Please like, share, and comment on this video to help spread the message. And don't forget to subscribe for more discussions like this. Stay blessed and remember, together we can make a difference.